At 1 o'clock in the night, my neighbor called, shouting, "Whatever happens, do not open the door." Then the connection suddenly cut off. "My name is Carter. What would you do if the person you trusted most became the thing you feared?" The pounding started 30 seconds after the call dropped. Not knocking. Pounding. Like fists wrapped in rage, hammering my front door hard enough to rattle the frame. My apartment, a modest 2-bedroom in a quiet Denver suburb that cost me $1,850 a month, had never felt smaller. 5 minutes. It didn't stop for 5 minutes. My neighbor Marcus had lived across the hall for 3 years. We weren't close, but we were friendly. He watered my plants when I traveled. I signed for his packages. Normal neighbor things. So when my phone lit up at 1:04 a.m. with his name, my first thought was pipe burst or fire alarm. His voice was wrong. Shredded. Desperate. "Carter, whatever happens, do not open your door. Do you hear me? Don't." Static. Then nothing. I stood there in my boxers and old college t-shirt, phone still pressed to my ear, heart already sprinting. Then the pounding began. I crept to the peephole. My hands shook so badly I almost couldn't focus. What I saw made my knees buckle. It was Marcus. But his eyes, they were crying blood. I stumbled backward, hit the coffee table, nearly went down. Marcus was standing in the hallway under the flickering fluorescent light, both palms flat against my door. His face pressed close to the peephole like he knew I was watching. Blood streamed from his eyes in thick, dark trails down his cheeks, soaking into his white undershirt. But he wasn't blinking. And he was smiling. Not a normal smile. Something carved into his face by whatever hell had gotten hold of him. The pounding stopped. Silence flooded my apartment like water filling a sinking ship. I could hear my own breathing, shallow, panicked, too loud. Then Marcus spoke through the door. "Carter." His voice was smooth now. "Come." Nothing like the frantic warning from 60 seconds ago. "I need you to let me in, buddy. There's been an accident. I'm hurt. Please." Every instinct I had screamed wrong, wrong, wrong. I grabbed my phone. Dialed 911. "Denver police, what's your emergency?" "My neighbor. He's outside my door, he's bleeding from his eyes, something's really wrong." "Is he threatening you, sir?" "No, but..." Marcus laughed. "Soft. Right against the door. Tell them I'm already inside, Carter." The lights in my apartment went out. Total darkness swallowed everything. My phone screen, the only light left, cast a pale blue glow across my trembling hands. The 911 operator was saying something, but I couldn't hear her over the blood rushing in my ears. "Sir? Sir, are you there?" "The power just went out," I whispered. He said he's already inside." I spun around, scanning my apartment. Kitchen, empty. Living room, empty. Bedroom door, still closed exactly how I'd left it. "Officers are 3 minutes away. Stay on the line with me." "Is your door locked?" I looked at the deadbolt. "Engaged." "Yes." "Good. Don't open it. Stay where you..." A sound from my bedroom stopped my heart. Footsteps. Slow. Deliberate. Moving across the carpet toward the closed door. "There's someone in my bedroom," I breathed into the phone. The footsteps stopped. My bedroom door handle began to turn. I ran to the front door, fingers on the deadbolt, every survival instinct telling me to flee into the hallway, but Marcus was still out there. I could hear him breathing on the other side. Trapped between two impossible choices. The bedroom door creaked open. A woman's voice drifted out, soft and familiar. "Carter, baby, why did you leave me?" It was my ex-girlfriend Emma's voice. Emma had been dead for 6 months. Emma died in February. Car accident on I-25 during a snowstorm. Closed casket funeral. I was there. I watched them lower her into frozen ground. So whoever was in my bedroom wasn't her. "Carter?" The voice came again, syrupy sweet, exactly how Emma used to call me in the mornings. "Come back to bed. I'm cold." The 911 operator was shouting now. "Sir, do not engage. Officers are 1 minute out." My bedroom door swung fully open. A silhouette stood in the frame. Female. Same height as Emma. Same long hair falling past her shoulders. She stepped into the dim light from my phone. Looked like Emma. Exactly like Emma. Same face. Same smile. Same silver necklace I'd given her for our anniversary, the one they'd buried her in. But her eyes were wrong. Black. Completely black. Like staring into two endless pits. "You forgot about me so fast," she said, tilting her head. "New apartment. New life. Did I mean that little?" "You're not real," I said, voice cracking. She laughed. Emma's laugh, the one that used to make me feel safe. "Then why are you crying?" I touched my face. My fingers came away wet. Behind me, Marcus whispered through the door, "Let me in, Carter. I'm trying to save you from her." The thing wearing Emma's face stepped closer. "He's lying. I came back for you. Isn't that what you wanted?" Sirens wailed in the distance. "You prayed for it," Emma's voice continued, soft and accusing. "Every night for 3 months after I died. You begged God, the universe, anyone listening, bring her back, you said. Just bring her back." She was right. I had begged. On my knees beside my bed, sobbing into my hands, desperate and destroyed. I would have traded anything to undo that night. The snowstorm. The black ice. The guardrail she'd crashed through. So here I am. She spread her arms wide, that wrong smile stretching across her familiar face. "You got your wish, Carter?" The sirens were closer now. Maybe 30 seconds away. Marcus pounded on the door again, 3 sharp hits. "Carter, listen to me. That thing is not Emma. It's using her face. It's been in this building for weeks. It feeds on grief. On guilt. You have to get out now." The Emma thing's head snapped toward the door, those black eyes narrowing. "Marcus is sick," she hissed. "You saw him. Bleeding. Broken. He's trying to confuse you." My phone was still connected to 911. The operator's voice, tinny and distant. "Officers entering the building now." "Choose, Carter," Emma whispered, taking another step. "Him or me? The liar or the woman you loved? Who do you trust?" The apartment building's main door slammed open downstairs. Heavy boots on the stairs. The thing wearing Emma's face started to flicker, like a TV losing signal. And behind her, in my bedroom, I saw something move in the shadows. Something much larger than her. The shadow unfolded from my bedroom like smoke taking shape. Tall. Impossibly tall. Its limbs too long, joints bending in ways that made my brain hurt to process. The Emma thing wasn't a person, it was a puppet. A mask. And the thing in the shadows was the hand wearing it. Emma's face dissolved like sugar in water, revealing nothing underneath. Just empty air shaped like a woman. The real thing stepped forward. I couldn't look directly at it. My eyes kept sliding off its form, my mind refusing to comprehend what it was. But I felt it, cold radiation pouring off it like an open freezer, freezing the tears on my face. "You invited me in," it said. Not with a mouth. The words just appeared in my head, vibrating through my skull. Months of grief. Months of desperate wanting. "You opened the door yourself." Marcus was screaming now, his fists hammering my door. "Carter. The salt. Under your sink, the salt. Salt." My grandmother's voice echoed from childhood. "Salt purifies. Salt protects. Always keep salt in the house." I'd bought a container of Morton's 2 weeks ago. $4.29. Still under the kitchen sink. The thing moved closer and my apartment grew colder. Frost crept across the windows. Boots thundered in the hallway. "Police. Open up." The creature paused, its form rippling. "They can't help you. Only one way this ends, Carter. You let me finish what you started, or everyone in this building dies screaming." I ran for the kitchen. I hit the kitchen floor on my knees, ripped open the cabinet under the sink. Cleaning supplies, trash bags, dish soap. There, the blue Morton container half full. The thing was right behind me. I could feel it. The temperature had dropped so far I could see my breath in thick clouds. My hands closed around the container. I spun, twisting off the cap, and hurled salt in a wide arc across my kitchen floor, a barrier line between me and it. The creature stopped. Not like it hit a wall. Like it chose to stop. It stood at the edge of the salt line, and for the first time I could almost see its real shape. Skeletal. Ancient. Wrong. Clever, it said inside my head. But temporary. Salt delays. It doesn't destroy. The front door exploded inward. Police battering ram, 2 officers flooding into my apartment, flashlights cutting through the darkness. "Hands up. Get on the ground." They couldn't see it. Their flashlights passed right through the creature like it wasn't there. But Marcus stumbled in behind them, blood still streaming from his eyes, holding something in his hands. A jar. Clear liquid inside. "Holy water," he gasped. "Took it from St. Catherine's 3 blocks away. Blessed this morning." He threw it. The jar shattered against the thing's center mass, and the sound it made, a shriek that wasn't sound, that lived only in my bones, shattered every window in my apartment. The creature came apart like ash in wind. And suddenly I could breathe again. The officers thought we were insane. "Gas leak," they said. "Hallucinations. Carbon monoxide poisoning." They evacuated the entire building, called hazmat, ran tests for 3 hours. Found nothing. Marcus and I sat on the curb outside while EMTs checked us over. His eyes had stopped bleeding the moment the creature dissolved. The doctors couldn't explain the blood. Couldn't explain why it had happened at all. How did you know? I asked him as dawn broke over Denver, painting the sky pink and gold. He stared at his hands. It came to me first. 2 weeks ago. Wore my daughter's face. She died 4 years ago, leukemia. I almost let it in. He looked at me. Almost. But I remembered something my daughter used to say, "Daddy, if I ever come back wrong, promise you'll know it's not me." Smart kid. The building reopened 3 days later. I broke my lease the same afternoon, lost my $1,850 deposit, didn't care. Moved in with my brother across town. Marcus moved too. We got coffee sometimes. Didn't talk about that night much. Didn't need to. But I learned something in that apartment, staring into the face of my dead girlfriend twisted into something hungry and hollow. Grief is a door. And some things wait on the other side, patient as stone, hoping you'll be desperate enough to open it. I never prayed for Emma to come back after that. Because she never left. She lived in my memories, the real ones, untouched and pure. And that was enough.